have you all here today. We're so happy to have the quality of the speakers that have been lined up. And we're happy to have everyone that is here. Today, we know that this is Children's Day week. Tomorrow is Children's Day. Inclusive education has been a major issue that people are concerned about. And its reality in Nigeria continues to be a challenge somehow. We deliberately chose the speaker because of their quality of knowledge and the impact they have made. I will tell you that we followed the two of them. Another person will join.
For those who may be new to inclusive education, I would like to, share a few things as background. When we say inclusive education, we're just talking mainly as an approach that seeks to ensure that all individuals, regardless of their physical, intellectual, social, emotional challenges, receive a quality education in mainstream schools. I know a lot of people they just think, inclusion is if there's a mainstream school and then the children with disabilities, there's a part that is carved out of the mainstream school, and then children with disabilities are kept in that place. They consider that as inclusion. But inclusion is not pulling the children and keeping them in a separate class. Inclusion is there is a mainstream school. The children in the mainstream school are neurodivergent. When I say neurodivergent, it means that, visible to the eye, we cannot see a disability. That doesn't mean they may not have other forms of disabilities, because, there are always different types of disabilities. You would always have disabilities that are obvious, which are physical most times, or the ones that are not so obvious, but are physiological. For example, for somebody who has hearing impairment or somebody who is considered deaf, it may not be physical, but of course, physiologically, the person will not be able to react to stimuli whenever they are supposed to. So you realize, there is a
They have the experience. They know what they are really going through. They know their needs more than anybody who is actually assessing them. And that is why when we talk about special needs intervention, we'll say that you allow the student or the child to teach you how you should teach them. Because if you don't allow them to teach you how you should teach them, if you are not humble enough to learn from them, to show you the way, you will not be able to actually impart them. And so the involvement of the stakeholders, which sometimes include the parents of children living with disability, adults living with disability, in shaping our policy, and in adjusting our the law that actually helps our advocacy within the community of people living with disability. This is very, very important. Until we begin to do these things, we would continue to lag behind when it has to do with inclusion. All right, then when we talk about hiring process too, many of our students, not only in hiring process, I'll just combine that with examination process too. I was trying to connect with a lady who actually schooled in Unilag some time ago. Good enough, while I was trying to chat her up, she lives with spastic cerebral palsy, and she has all her life struggled through her primary, secondary school, and managed to get into the university through various advocacy. And while I was waiting for her to reply me on the experiences and all of that, she put up a post which actually answered my question about the adjustment that was made for her that helped her through year 1 and year 2. When you are actually giving exam to people living with disability, because we are talking about inclusion, and Ms. Adetoun talked about what they are doing presently in the state, where they want to have a mainstream school where inclusion is practiced. Now, in that kind of context, for public schools who are trying to make efforts in that regard, and also private schools, they need to understand that apart from learning, when you are also examining these students, inclusion also states the law and strategies for inclusion also demands that the examination should also the inclusion should also be put into consideration in the examining of the students.